The Romania Moldova mission is two countries, Romania and Moldova, with the mission headquarters in Bucharest. There are two languages spoken there. There used to be three. There used to have Hungarian as well, but they switched it all to strictly Romanian and Russian, to my knowledge, at least anyways. And if you're called Russian speaking, you're only in Moldova, where you serve there in one of like 3 cities. So that's kind of a small mission for them, because Moldova is a tiny country in and of itself. But Romanian missionaries can go either in Romania or Moldova, because in Moldova they speak both Romanian and Russian. Like, I think it was about beginning of 1900s, like there was a couple of missionaries that went there and preached the gospel and had some converts. And then what happened was communism came and invaded Romania, and all the church was kicked out of Romania. And that was a hard time for everyone, because, I mean, religion wasn't allowed, but somehow Romanian Orthodoxy survived through it. But once communism fell, I think it was like sometime within the first year or two, missionaries were sent immediately in there and started working. It was a fusion of another mission that was right next to it. I think it was Bulgaria, but I'm not certain about that. And so some of their missionaries went up there to teach, and they had some success, a lot of success actually, and it started growing. At the current moment, I believe there are 3 districts with 4 chapels. Yeah, 4 chapels in all of Romania and Moldova, with different rented out building houses as well. I'm not sure how strong what the church membership numbers are, but there are, generally at sacrament meeting, there can be anywhere from 5 to about, well, the largest that I ever saw was about 100 people in a church meeting, and that was an amazing experience to have. And so it's definitely not the strongest there, but the members there, you will find, are some of the strongest, because they've been through everything. They've been through communism, they've been through the persecution of being a new member in a new country. Because quite frankly, like, Romania is it's a very hard place for religions to thrive. And so it's great to see how the members have made it through. And their faith. Like, sometimes you'll see them pay, like, I was a part of a bishopric at one point, and you'd see tithing and fast offerings and then a Book of Mormon fund, and fairly similar numbers straight through. Like, whatever they paid for tithing, they'd pay similarly to the mission fund or to Book of Mormons. And so they don't have a lot, that's for sure. It's a fairly poor country, but they have a lot of faith in what they do. And I think the way that the work has been going forward has been through the members. The missionaries going out and finding is great, but it's through the members, bringing their friends, and also being a part of the missionary experience with the missionaries, whether it be on the street, contacts, or whatever. The members, a part of it, really strengthen it, because you can see their faith. And when they're a part of those lessons, it strengthens them too. When I was called to places, I always served in Romania, but I got to visit Moldova for, I think it was 2 days. But there are a couple of cities. I generally served in bigger cities, like Ploiești, and then I went to Craiova, back to Ploiești, and then, well, saying these names might not be important, but Deva, Cluj, Bucharest, Iași, and then back to Craiova. And I traveled around a lot on the mission. I don't know if that was, I feel like it probably wasn't as common, at least back then, for me to move around as much. I was probably an oddball. But I got to see a lot of the mission, and I spent about half my mission in the section called Transylvania, which most people have heard of. Beautiful mountainous region. Very, very great people. And it's just so great to serve in there, and that's where a lot of Hungarians are as well, because there's a big dispute between Romania and Hungary about that area. And so I got to teach some Hungarians, and Sometimes communication was a bit different because their native tongue was Hungarian and I knew Romanian. So a lot of times the language barrier was difficult in that regard because we were both translating to another language. But I did serve in a lot of, I'd served all over the country, and I felt like I got a pretty good view of the country and the beauty of it, actually. The mountainous areas are so great. And then there's some, well, Craiova is kind of flat area, but you can see throughout everything and look at the sky. Great thunder and lightning storms there. Really enjoyed it.